Good evening. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. We're streaming worldwide on the internet at facebook.com/Region Sports and regionsports.com. We come to you tonight from Kankakee Valley High School as RSN presents the KB Kougars taking on RSN's number 6 Hobart Brickies. I'm Mike Zajac. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's game, and joining me with the color is Hobart's own Josh Huddleston. Josh, good evening.
Happy to be here. Beautiful weather, cool and crisp night here down in Kankakee Valley. If you're a football player, this is perfect weather for you. Not too cold, not too hot. It's beautiful.
Finally getting football weather. We've had heat in the August and early on to September. Last week said it was about in the 70s or so, so it's starting to cool off. Now we got something in the 50s and the 60s. It's nice to see in the region.
Yeah, it's not. There's not much wind, but it is just a. If you're a football player, it's picture perfect for you tonight.
The Friday night forecast, it's brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast is, I'm going off of Cherville's there because that's where I live. We're going 57 degrees tonight. It should drop down about 10 o'clock down to 52. And like you said, not much wind out of the north-northeast at 7 miles per hour. No chance of rain and a crystal clear night down here in DeMont. First time I've been here and seeing this gorgeous field that they had. You said a couple years ago it was 3 years. I think they said 3 years old here.
Yeah, the field has been relocated to this new location, and when I walked up, it is super clean. The people are friendly here. It's just a beautiful atmosphere for a football game tonight.
Yeah, you got softball fields out in the distance, out through the corn. We had to get there coming down 65, get off on 231, coming down to the corn. And seeing KB High School here, it is going to be a good one. Got a nice crowd on hand on the KB side. Some of the Hobart fans starting to trickle in, but we're glad you're with us right here on Region Sports. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll go over Josh's keys to the game. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Thank you for taking me home. It's so far.
Don't worry about it, Grandma. This will be fun. 2 chocolate milkshakes, please.
Make it 3.
3?
Did you get his number?
Oh, Grandma. Grandma!
Excuse me.
Some relationships get better with time. That's why I got a Crosstrek.
97% of Subaru vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road.
I'm so glad you got a Subaru.
I wonder who gave me the idea.
Oh.
Love. It's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Check out the new Subarus at Castle Subaru in Portage.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Did you know?
They decorate over 210,000 cakes a year.
Did you know?
Their butcher will cut your meat your way.
Did you know?
They have trained floral designers in store.
Did you know?
They will make your wedding cake?
Did you know?
They have a variety of deli bakeable entrees.
Did you know?
Their online app has coupons and so much more. Who does that?
Strack and Van Til. Now you know.
Family owned and operated since 1969, Holiday Rent-A-Car offers a wide variety of newer model cars, vans, and SUVs. Free local customer pickup and drop-offs are available. Debit cards are accepted. Restrictions apply. All rental cars are for sale. Financing is available. Located at 3709 West 37th Avenue in Hobart, Holiday Rent-A-Car is open Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Call 219-942-8561 or visit them on the web at holidayrentacar.biz.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Along with Josh Huddleston, it's Mike Zajac from Kankakee Valley down in DeMont for KB Cougars and RSN's number 6, the Hobart Brickies. And the Hobart Brickies coming into this one 3-3 on the year. Their head coach is Craig Osika, 40-16 in his 5th year. Last week they lost to Andrean 24-17. Noah Ehrlich with a late interception in the end zone. Gibson looked good, 136 yards on 32 carries in that game.
Yeah, Gibson ran the ball. It was a different Trey Gibson from earlier on in the season. I don't know if the week off at Lowell helped him. He looked fresh. He had his motor running. He was driving his legs. It was just a different, he was running hard. He wasn't necessarily the making you miss. He was running people over. So it was like a Trey Gibson with his hair on fire type, and he was just motoring last week.
Against Andrean, Drake Bowen really ran over that defense, too.
Yeah, over 200 yards rushing, and they're going to get that tonight. They're going to get a heavy dose of the run with the KV Cougars. KV runs the ball 82% of the time. So we're going to see if Hobart's defense, that's given up 196 yards, giving up 196 yards on the ground, are they able to withstand the test against a good rushing attack from the KV Cougars?
The Cougars come in at 4-2. Their head coach is Kirk Kennedy, 4-2 in his first year, 196 wins in 28 years coaching. They got the loss at Lowell last week. It was a homecoming for Coach Kennedy, 38-29. They could not come up with the victory. Just 2 winning seasons for KV since 2013, and Kirk Kennedy coming back to the region. How about that? A 4-2, nice start so far.
Yeah, absolutely. He is one of those guys that just builds a program, and he builds it through discipline. He builds it through toughness. Those are things that kind of you can always instill that in someone. You might not necessarily have the fastest guys, the strongest arm quarterback, but he builds it through discipline. He builds it through rushing the ball, controlling the clock, and playing good defense. And that's what he did at Lowell, and he's looking to implement that here at KV.
It's time for your keys to the game, and the keys for tonight's game are sponsored by Castle Subaru. You can stop in and get your keys to a new Castle, a Castle Subaru that is. And Josh, keys to the game for the Hobart Brickies.
The keys to the game for the Hobart Brickies are going to have to be stop the rushing attack of the KV Cougars and get your offense back on the field. KV is going to turn around in the I formation. They're going to turn around and hand the ball off. You got to be able to stop that. You got to commit guys to stop the run because KV is almost averaging 100 or 200 yards a game. So it's kind of Hobart's run defense is suspect, so they're going to have to commit to stop the run. So the key tonight for the Hobart Brickies is stop the rushing attack of the KV Cougars.
How about your keys for the Cougars tonight?
The keys for the Cougars are one and the same here.
Yeah.
Control the clock and run the ball. Keep Hobart's offense off the field. And when you can control the clock and you can grind it out, you're always going to be in games. And that's exactly what they need to do tonight. And not make any penalties. When you're a run-heavy team, penalties kill you. So run the ball, methodically move your way down the field, and control the clock.
Yeah, and that's one thing Coach Kennedy wants to do is he wants to get off to a hot start. And unfortunately, that didn't happen last week at Lowell. Riley Bank ran for over 250 yards on the ground, passed for over another 100. They need to stop the run, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, when you're control the clock and you keep the other team's offense off the field, you get those first down after first down. You put yourself in the game, you shorten the game, and you give yourself a chance. And when you're able to do that, you're in pretty much every game. So I look for KV to come out and control the clock, methodically work their way down the field, utilize their running game. They don't do anything special. They line up in an I formation, and they come out and they say, hey, stop, which is what Kennedy did when he was at Lowell.
Those are the keys to the game, and they're brought to you by our friends at Castle Subaru on Highway 6 in Portage and on the web at castlesubaru.com. We'll take another short break. When we come back, we'll go over the starting lineups for this one between the Cougars of KV and the number 6 Hobart Brickies. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Did you know?
Wow, they'll prepare fresh fish while you wait.
Did you know?
They make over 40,000 donuts from scratch every week?
Did you know?
They offer 23 different deli platters for your party?
Did you know?
They have freshly chopped fajita mix ready to cook.
Did you know?
They have the best fried chicken in the area?
Did you know?
They offer our signature curbside service 14 hours a day.
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Certified financial planner Tim O'Brien is your Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why financial advisor Tim O'Brien is a proud supporter of Hobart football on the Region Sports Network. Call 219-947-8208 or stop by his office at 1455 South Lake Park Avenue across from St. Mary's Hospital for all your investment needs. Go Brickies! Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. Ethos Dental Group in Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake.
Are you a steel hauler? Come work for Area Transportation. You must have a current valid Class A commercial driver's license and at least 1 year of recent verifiable steel hauling experience and at least 2 years of recent verifiable interstate experience operating a commercial motor vehicle. Call recruiting at 1-855-400-6939. That's 1-855-400-6939.
And Crown Point is passionate about providing a premier service insurance agency featuring customized coverage and meaningful relationships. They understand that you've built a life and they want to help you protect it. From home to life insurance, they offer a wide variety of coverage to fit your needs. From choosing a plan to filing claims, Hanger Insurance Group's agents are ready to help. Stop in for a quote at 950 South Court Street in Crown Point or visit them online at hangerinsurancegroup.com. Protect what you love. For over 113 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony to honor the life and memory of a loved one. Whether it's a simple, elaborate, traditional, or unique service, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. Visit them on the web at burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 942-1117.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday nights, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Noddy, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Josh Huddleston, Mike Zajac from Kankakee Valley in Des Moines. You got the KV Cougars coming onto the field And it's, we heard before the game, National Guard night.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that the Army National Guard actually purchased the uniforms for KV for tonight. That's what they'll be wearing, this black uniform, which is pretty slick. It looks nice.
Yeah, it looks nice with the white helmets. And Hobart's going to be coming out with all white. It's going to be tough to see the numbers like we had pregame before watching them, but we'll make do. And let's talk about the Hobart Bricky offense. Going with quarterback, sophomore Noah Ehrlich, 6'1", 180 pounds. Willie Schur is the running back, 5'7", 160. He is a sophomore. Fullback Jalen Williams, a 6', 190-pound sophomore. You'll see Trey Gibson in there as well. Isaac Gordon, wide receiver at 5'11", 160. Connor Stafford, a 165-pound sophomore. Right tackle is Jackson Ray, and we'll pause now for the national anthem.
We ask that you please remove it, and let's join with the Kankakee Valley Band as we honor the greatest nation in the world with the playing of our national anthem.
Well done by the marching band for Kankakee Valley. Let's continue on with the Bricky offense. Right tackle, we mentioned Jackson Ray. Right guard, they got listed here as Matthew Popenhagen, 6'1", 260-pound senior. Aiden Olage, a center at 5'11", 205. Left guard is Isaiah Wilson. He's a 5'10", 245-pound senior. And Diego Verduzzo, a senior, 6'2", 265 on the left tackle. And we were talking before the game. You saw Cody Johnston. He said he was a broken thumb, possibly hand last week.
I don't think he's in the starting lineup tonight. I'm not exactly sure what the injury is, but that's the word on the street that he will not be in the starting lineup on offense for the Brickies tonight. For the Cougar defense, defensive end is Zach Dodson, number 58. He's a senior. Defensive tackle is Mirko Dezelich. He's a senior. It's 275 pounds. Evan Mish is the other defensive tackle. He's a senior at 220 pounds. And the right end, 195-pound junior, is Gabe Kistler. Linebacker from left to right, number 80 is Logan Raymond. He's a senior. Connor Roach is number 76. He, too, is a senior. Seniors across the board for the linebackers. Max Griffey is going to wear number 9. He's a 6'1", 210 senior. Jacob Sandlin, 6'2", 175 pounds. He's wearing number 57 tonight. Cornerback is Loden Fugit. He is 5'8", 165. He is a senior. Safety, Caleb Deerdorf, a 6 foot, 170-pound senior. The junior cornerback on the other side is Eli Deerdorf, 6'3", 185. Josh is going to help me out here with the, there we go. Using the iPad here, a little dark in the press box. Cougar offense, quarterback is Diego Arroyo. He's a 5'10", 170-pound sophomore. Tailback, you'll hear his name a lot as well. Marco Castro, a 6'1", 185-pound sophomore. Max Griffey, a senior fullback. The
Wide out on the left side is Loden Fugit, 5'8", 165 pound senior. Eli Deerdorf on the other side. He's a 6'3" junior. As we have the coin toss, the Hobart Brickies have won the toss. They defer, and KV will receive it. Cougar line, right tackle, Caden Vander here. He's a senior. Evan Mish is the right guard. He's 220. He's a senior. Chase Armstrong is the center. He's a 210-pound senior. Zach Dotson, the left guard, 205-pound senior. Jacob Sandlin, a senior at 175 pounds. And Caleb Deerdorf, a 6-foot senior tight end. Hobart Bricky defense, Aiden Olage, a 5'11", 205-pound junior. Maurice MacArthur Jr., he's a sophomore defensive tackle in there at 290 pounds. Noah Miller, 245-pound senior. Linebackers are Bradley Gibson, a junior Hunter Juris, senior Gavin Miller. Defensive backs, Nathan Queer, a senior. Cody Johnston as a senior in there at 160 pounds. Kale Schlosser, a sophomore. Willie Shearer, a sophomore. And Colton Charo, a senior defensive back for the Brickies. And you look at that offensive line for the Cougars, quite small, and they're going to have a handful with Maurice MacArthur and the defensive tackle.
Looks like Hobart's that run game's going to get tested early on. We're going to see if they're going to rise up to the challenge or what kind of night we're going to have on this first opening kickoff. This kind of sets the tone for the game. This first possession is crucial. This is where you're coaching X's and O's. Kind of, did it work? Did our game plan work? You know what the Kankakee Valley Cougars are going to have scripted. I formation, turn around, hand the ball off to their workhorse. So we'll see what Hobart has drawn up on defense.
There's a Hobart defense that gave up 3 rushing touchdowns to Drake Bowen last week in the game against Andrean. So we'll see how their defense stacks up against KV. KV's quarterback Diego Arroyo, 298 yards on the year, completes 49% of his passes, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. For Marco Castro on the ground, 496 yards and 8 touchdowns. As here we go from the 8-yard line, and a big hit about the 25-yard line. And bringing it up was Loudon Fugit for the Cougars, and that's they'll start.
Hunter Juris came busting down that and laid the hit there. Last week, Hobart's offense or special teams struggled. Looks like maybe they're getting some more starters on that special teams unit. And the starting linebacker, Hunter Juris, came down there and made a big stick on that play.
First and 10 for the Cougars from their own 26-yard line. It is the I formation. Arroyo under center, hands it off to the tailback. This is Castro. I think he got maybe a yard on the play to the 27, only second down.
You got to have positive yards on first down when you're a run-heavy team, and while it's only a yard, that's their game. Yard, 3 yards, 4 yards. So we're going to see a lot of that tonight, turn around and hand the ball off, but not to lull the Hobart defense to sleep because they do have a good play-action game too.
2nd and 9 from the 27. Arroyo under center. He pitches it out to Castro, getting a couple blocks. And there's the Hobart defense coming in is Bradley Gibson on the tackle. It'll be 3rd and about 6.
That's a great job by the Hobart outside linebacker. You got your job on that toss play is to turn that play back into where the majority of your defenders are. That's exactly what he did, and Hobart was able to hold them to a short gain.
3rd and 6 from their own 30-yard line. Arroyo under center again. He can throw the ball. And he does hand it off. Castro left side, and the Brickies wrap him up in the end zone. Ball is loose, and now referee's coming in, calling it down. So 4th down. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage, but a swarm of Brickies coming in. It's 4th down. They'll punt it away.
The far side official said his forward momentum was stopped, and that's where they kind of blew the play dead. It was on the continuation where the ball was pulled out. But we saw 3 straight runs by KV. This is exactly what they do. Hobart's defense answered. That was the big question mark. Would they be able to stop the run? They held them to 3 yards on that drive, and now they're going to get the ball back in sophomore quarterback Noah Ehrlich's hands.
Loudon Fugit to punt this away, and it's going to take a bounce, and a big KV bounce around the 40, and it's going to roll inside the 25-yard line down to the 24, and that's where Noah Ehrlich and company need to get this offense started. They've gotten slow starts in the past. They just can't get anything going for a full game, and that's what we like to see here tonight for the Brickies.
Yeah, this has got to be a coming out game. We're in week 7 now, and we've kept talking about will they turn the corner offensively? Will they turn the corner offensively? Over, watching them over the course of this season, the question mark coming in was what their defense was going to be. Their defense has come to play. It's been the offense that's been the question mark, Mike.
Yeah, and Ehrlich coming into this game, 812 yards, 61% completion, 4 touchdowns, but 5 interceptions on the year. So they've been trying to get things going in the pass game, but they do have a running game. And this is Trey Gibson. Johnny on the spot. Cross the 40s, cross midfield. He's being chased by defenders. Trey Gibson all the way. Touchdown. No flags on the field. He takes it 71 yards.
Wow. Lightning in a bottle. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage, backed up, changed directions, and just squirted out the backside. Kudos to the offensive line and the receivers for blocking downfield. And just like that, we have a 6-0 ball game.
The Brickies needed a spark on offense to get that offense going, and they got one there from Trey Gibson, 76 yards. Run on the first play for the offense. Extra point coming up here. Ryan Pimentel. Snap down, kick up, and it is good. The Brickies up early, 7-0 to score, 9:29 to play in the first. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, former Hobart Brickie and Northwestern Wildcat quarterback. When I was playing, I always wanted to be prepared for the unexpected, planning for what might come next. As a certified financial planner with Edward Jones Investments here in Hobart, I pass on that same philosophy to my clients. Planning for the future is important. The same goes for advertising. I plan ahead and turn to the Region Sports Network because they get the job done for me. And I, therefore, put my trust in them, knowing they are the only game in town. And go Brickies!
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. 7-0 our score. Brickies on top of KV. Trey Gibson getting things going here. 76 yards on the first play of the game.
How exciting. I mean, that's exactly Hobart. You get a stop, you get the ball, and we talked about getting their offense going, and looks like they answered.
Yeah, they needed a spark, and hopefully that'll get it going for the 3-3 Brickies. Now, coming off that loss against Andrean, 3 straight wins before that. Shutout against Griffith, 35-0. Culver Academy on the road, 28 points. They won it by 14, but you want to see them get a lot more points than that in the Lowell game, as this one is going to be kicked off from the 45-yard line of KV. I believe we had a running into the kicker toward the end, and that is why we will have a kick so short for the Brickies. I don't know, maybe you squib this one, see what you can get?
It's a little strategy. Some people like to just put it through the uprights and let them start on the 25, or, try to squib it, try to pin them deep. We'll see what they do.
And they pop this one up in the air. Bricky's trying to get it as it's at the 20-yard line. He waved a fair catch, and that's going to be a flag. A defender coming in, tried to tackle, looks like Castro out there, who made the grab.
Yeah, that's the risky run. The guy fair catches it and you run right into him. It's a hard play. You're trying to you're kind of watching the ball. Are you able to get it as the guy that's on the kickoff team, not really paying attention to the guy that's catching it? So that's a risky run, and it looks like they're going to be in better position had they just kicked off from their 45.
Or just like you said, just kick it through the uprights and let them start back at the 25. But this is going to be, let's see, where they're going to put the ball. At the 35-yard line. On the far hash is where the Cougars will take over. Down 7. Still early on in the first quarter. See what Coach Kennedy's got up his sleeve. Arroyo in the I formation. Handoff. Castro hits the hole hard, and a nice run there by the sophomore tailback out to the 41-yard line. Nice run left side.
That's a Coach Kennedy running back right there. Full speed through the hole, no cuts, straight downhill, and make whoever's tackling you pay for it. And that's exactly that's a staple of the Kennedy offense right there.
2nd and 4 from the 41. 2 wide out to the right side along with the tight end. Arroyo hands off. Castro lowers his head, trying to get a push. And he's down shy of the 45-yard line. And will they give him the first down? They do. So it is a first down for Castro. And some confusion on the far side with the chains.
The PA announcer's fired up here at the first down Cougars.
Got to get something going. They got a big crowd on hand for KV. Almost all of the Hobart side is filled up. Here's Castro right up the middle. Looks like Hunter Juris in on the tackle for the Brickies. Picks up about 3 or 4.
It looks like KV brought in an extra tight end, and Hobart's still in that 3-man front. I wonder how much longer they're going to stay in it. They've had 5 or 6 yards each of the runs here, so I'll be interested to see how they attack this moving forward, the Brickies.
2nd and looks like 6 from their own 49. Arroyo handoff again. Castro left side trying to get to the corner. He cannot. Tripped up by the Brickies. He does pick up about 2 or 3. That'll bring up 3rd and short.
Maybe this is a bootleg here, maybe a play-action pass. Depending on how you feel, if you're Coach Kennedy and company, is this 4-down territory? Do you look for a play-action pass? This might be a spot to draw it up here.
Loudon Fugit and Eli Deerdorf, the wide receivers, out to the right side. I formation again. They pitch it out to Castro, hitting the hole hard and wrapped up, taken down by Bradley Gibson. Shy of the yard marker that they needed to get was the 45. He's about 2 yards short. And it might be punt time for KV once again, or maybe just pound the rock and see what you can get.
Yeah, that was a great play by Bradley Gibson. He scraped over and filled and was able to tackle Castro one-on-one short of the sticks. He leads Hobart. He averages about 8.4 tackles a game, so he's one of their guys that you got. If you're KV, you got to block him when he's on defense.
Loudon Fugit out to punt this away. High punt, fair catch made at about the 20, make it the 19-yard line for, I believe, that was Zach Bloom of the Brickies. So they're up 7-0, 6:14 to play, and they go back on offense after the 76-yard touchdown run from Trey Gibson, and they'll try probably just do that again if they can.
Yeah, if it's working, stick with it. But I was pretty impressed with Trey's speed. He was. I thought they might have had an angle to catch him, but he kind of outran the angle of pursuit. So he can move a little bit. Not only can he make guys miss, he can run them over, and he can stretch the field with his legs.
Bricky's out in the pistol formation. It's Bloom out to the left side for Ehrlich as Gibson moves next to Ehrlich on the right. And they fake the handoff, looking a pass, throw in left side, and the catch is not made. It's incomplete, and a flag comes in a little late. We'll get a pass interference called. Connor Stafford was the intended receiver, and it looks like number 11, Eli Deerdorf, was on the defense.
That's one of those hard plays when the ball's in the air. It was kind of a little underthrown. He had to turn back. The defender kind of gets in his face, and it's tough. That's a hard play for a defender as you're running with the guy. But you can't do it. They're going to walk it off, and Brickies are going to get a first down out of it.
That moves the ball to the 34-yard line.
It'll be a pass interference penalty against the Cougars. It'll be a 10-yard penalty. It'll take the ball to the 34.
Now, first and 10 from the 34 for the Brickies. 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Ehrlich in shotgun. Looking right. Throw in. High throw. It's catch is made, but they're going to lose yards. That receiver had to go way up and get it, and the defense coming in fast. It's Fugit on the tackle.
Yeah, that was just kind of a wide receiver screen out there, and the corner was coming up hard. They might be able to go back. They had a running back kind of going out to be the lead blocker. It might be a play you come back to where you pump fake that and hit the wheel route.
2nd and 11 from the 33. They hand it off. Gibson cut back in the middle. Breaks free once again. Trey Gibson across midfield down near the 38-yard line. Another big run for Gibson.
Yeah, I think that almost puts him over the 100-yard mark or pretty close after that big 76-yard run, and then another 30-yard run right there. That's got to be pretty close to the 100-yard mark on 2 carries. Averaging about 50 yards a carry is a pretty good average.
Puts him at, I want to say, 102 for the game on 2 carries. Here he is again, and he picks up about 6 on the carry. That's going to hurt his average, but that's okay. 2nd down coming up.
That hurts the average a little bit. A 6-yard carry hurts the average.
Unfortunately, anybody in the NFL, I think Trey Gibson will take 6 yards to carry as well, but 2nd down. The pickup of 5 from the 33. Ehrlich looking right, throws another high throw. Catch is made, and another tackle there by the defender, Loudon Fugit.
I mean, that was a 1.5 yard hitch route on that far side. Look for them to get a little deeper in that hitch play, unless they're setting something up, where they, pump fake that and go. But, I mean, a 1.5 yard hitch. They are missing Cody Johnson. He's not out there. Their leading receiver. So getting some guys some work.
And I can't tell who that far receiver is to see the number, but there's Trey Gibson weaving his way through the defense, and he picks up the first down out near the 25-yard line.
KV's got 6 men on the line. They're going to have to drop back and either run a 5 or a 4-man front where they have more linebackers scraping, because Trey's just squirting right through the first part of the Cougars' defense. So they're going to have to adjust.
1st and 10 from the 25 for Ehrlich and company. They fake the handoff to Gibson, and Ehrlich in trouble is going to roll left side, throwing, and the catch is made. And it's complete out to the 21-yard line. Catch made by Stafford once again.
That's a savvy play by a sophomore quarterback. He didn't like his first read, so he took a couple steps out, put a little pressure on the defense, and was able just to sling it. And Stafford made a great catch by toe tapping along the sideline. KV's playing, pretty much man coverage, and they're just committing to stop the run. So the passing game is going to be there if they work some man concepts.
2nd down. Ehrlich keeps it. He's racing. He's got green grass ahead, and Ehrlich is into the end zone for a Bricky touchdown. Noah Ehrlich takes it in from 21 yards out, and the Brickies go up 2 scores.
That's the advantage of having success running the ball with Trey. You run a zone read. Everybody on the field goes towards Trey. Noah pulls it out the back door and just skates in from 21 yards out.
The KV defense all going toward Trey. Nobody looked at Ehrlich as he kept it and takes it 21 to make it 13-0. Extra point is good. 14-0 the score. Hobart on top of KV. 3:34 to play in the first. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Certified financial planner Tim O'Brien is your Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why financial advisor Tim O'Brien is a proud supporter of Hobart football on the Region Sports Network. Call 219-947-8208 or stop by his office at 1455 South Lake Park Avenue across from St. Mary's Hospital for all your investment needs. Go Brickies! Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, along with Hobart's own Josh Huddleston. It's Mike Zajac from DeMont. We're in Kankakee Valley, and the Brickies, number 6 Brickies, leading the Cougars 14-0. Early start here as the running backs and the running game for the Brickies leading the way.
Yeah, I just saw the read for Tim O'Brien. He's a longtime Region Sports sponsor, and he's a Northwestern alum, and they proposed an $800 million facility. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's pretty impressive.
I did not.
Yeah. So Tim O'Brien, a longtime sponsor of the Hobart Brickies, Hobart alum and Northwestern alum, going to get a new field over there at Northwestern. $800 million facility.
You know, now that you said that, I did see
beautiful.
that. Yeah. And then the Bears might be getting theirs out in Arlington Heights. So, yeah, the Northwestern's got to kind of compete with the Bears, try to get some of their own. But I heard it was going to be less.
People,
the capacity is going to be a little less. But they're not really packing in there for a Northwestern football game, not too many times, unless Ohio State and Michigan are coming to town. But good to see for Northwestern as this one's taken by Fugate. Gets a few blocks and gets it out near the 20-yard line for KV. What's KV got to do on offense to get things moving?
I mean, we've seen all run. They got to throw in a play-action pass. Hobart's selling out for the run. They got to make Hobart respect the passing game and not have everyone sell for the run. Although that is the Kennedy staple, run the ball. But now you're down 14 points. Hobart's offense looks like it's turning the corner here tonight down in DeMont. So they got to establish something on offense and have a sustained drive.
It's definitely not time to panic right now, being only in the first quarter, 3:28 to play. I think you still got to stick to your game plan, but definitely I'd throw in some pass. And there they go, Arroyo looking to the right side, catch is made. Breaking a few tackles is a Fugate, but nothing more. He actually does pick up about 5 on the play. And Fugate coming off the field limping.
Right on cue. A little play action pass. If it was a little high pass, if he was able to hit him a little lower, he had some space to work. They ran a little smash concept, hitch on the outside receiver, corner route on the inside receiver, and he threw the hitch, and they got 5 yards. That's respectable, and now they got to build off of that. They got to be able to sustain that. Now maybe they come back to the run, a little play action after that, so they got to mix it up. They can't just be so run-heavy dominant.
And Fugate coming off. He injured his right leg. He's been carried to the bench by a teammate and the training staff. It's a handoff. Castro lowers his head, but going nowhere. Cannot go up against this Bricky defense. Gavin Miller in on the tackle. There is a flag down. I believe it's on the Cougars. The way they're talking to the Brickies sideline. It is a hold on the Cougars. That'll send them back. We'll replay second down.
When you're a run-heavy team and you're 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but not here on the turf field that you love so much, you can't have penalties. You cannot commit penalties, because 2nd and 15 isn't conducive to a team that runs the ball as much as KV does.
Yeah, I prefer grass. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I've heard you say it a time or two.
2nd and 5. 2nd and about 15 for KV after the penalty. Arroyo back to pass, looking left, throwing out toward the corner. The catch is made. Nice catch there by Eli Deerdorf.
That's a sophomore quarterback for KV. Threw that ball right on the money, hit him right before he got to the sideline. That was a pretty pitch and catch right there for the KV. So it looks like they could do more than just run the ball.
Yeah, Arroyo 298. Oh, Josh is looking at the pizza here in the press box.
Come on now.
You gotta. He's rubbing his tummy. He's hungry. 3rd and 4. I'm sure at halftime he'll make his way over there for a slice. Arroyo hands it off to Castro. Nothing doing. It's going to be 4th down for the Cougars. Questionable. Let's run it there. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you do. You run the ball, so it doesn't surprise me that there was a run call there. I would look for them to maybe get a little rollout pass or something going instead of just running into the teeth of the Hobart defense.
Yeah, Arroyo completed the last 2 passes to Deerdorf. He's got good size. Deerdorf in there at 6'3". So 4th and 5 from the 25. Another kick. Punt is away. And the catch made around the 45-yard line in green grass for Bloom. And taken across midfield out to the 42-yard line. Zach Bloom. Nice return for the Brickies. And a short field coming up for Hobart.
They're in that go zone, that green zone, where Noah can reach the end zone from here. So KV's playing straight man. Maybe this is an opportunity for them to take a shot in the end zone on the very first play. Maybe a little play action and just let it fly.
Yeah, we saw that Hobart-Maryville game when they went the first play of the game on offense. It went Ehrlich to Johnston, but that was the only score they had in that game. It was 7 points early in that first quarter, and Maryville shut them down after that. So 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Bloom, this one's going to be tossed out to the receiver, and he's got a 1st down out past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
He can move. He's a fast. I think he's not on our roster. It's Antonio Crumble, I believe, is the name. But he can move. He was quick. Noah's happy because that counts as a pass.
That's true. It's a 4, yeah. It works for him. 1st and 10 from the 25. Just over a minute to play in the first. Ehrlich hands it off Gibson. Gibson trying to get away from defenders. He's wrapped up. Wrapped up by Marco Dezelich, the senior defensive tackle, getting through the line. A nice job there. That's what KV needs to stop this run as Dezelich just creates havoc against that line. Brickies going 3 wide out to the left side. 1 to the right. Ehrlich looking to pass. Going for a man. Open. And another touchdown. It's Trey Gibson out of the slot. Ehrlich to Gibson from 25 yards out. And the Brickies running away with this one early on in the first. That's their 3rd touchdown.
We talked about that's a beautiful throw right there. They're playing man coverage. Trey just straight corner route. Noah just dropped back, hit that 3rd step, and just absolutely let it rip. And it was right on the money. It hit him right at the top of the 3 for a touchdown.
Pimentel on for the extra point. And it is through the uprights. 21-0 the score. 37 seconds to play in the first. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
For over 50 years, Family-owned Bud Insurance Agency in Hobart has been providing insurance services and protection to Northwest Indiana. With protection provided by Auto Owners Insurance, Dave, Bob, and Mike can custom fit a policy to meet a person's needs. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Bud Insurance treats each client with personal attention, making your visit a pleasant one. Stop by 615 West 3rd Street in Hobart or give them a call at 942-1028. And you can always visit them on the web at budinsagency.com.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, along with Josh Huddleston, Mike Zajac from KV. The Brickies up 21-0 over the Cougars. And a few games going on tonight across Region Sports Network. We got this one at KV. Chesterton at Lake Central. That's on regionsports.com and facebook.com/Region Sports. Jared Selensky on the call there along with Doug Nelson. And how about this? At Maryville, Valpo's playing in an audio only. Jerry Siska, Jay Simmons back together. The Region Sports Network's version of Joe Buck and Troy Aikman back together again.
Jordan and Pittman.
Yeah, that's long time since it's been. I think I was listening to Jay on the pregame show last night on Thursday. He said it's been quite a few years since him and Jerry did a game, but first game he ever did with Region Sports was with Jerry. So they are back at it together. You can listen to them at the Valpo and Maryville game, just an audio only at Maryville, no live stream. And we got 21-0 score here, and KV really needs to get something going or they're going to be in big trouble. And taken out around the goal line, not getting to the 20-yard line, down at the 19 for KV. That was Lane Zander, and Zander took one back last week against Lowell, went 99 yards for a kickoff return. It was a big touchdown for KV. Unfortunately, they did come up short in the game against Lowell, but they need something on offense from Arroyo and Castro to move the ball. They haven't gotten it to midfield yet.
No, Hobart's defense has been stout. In the pregame, we said they have to be able to stop the run, and they've showed up tonight.
There's a handoff. Castro lowers his shoulders and picks up about two. Hobart's just a much bigger team on defense as well. Offensive line, not very big. You got probably average, I'd say, about 200, 205 pounds compared to Hobart Bricky lines, probably close to 240, 250. As that'll do it for the end of one. The Brickies up 21-0 over the Cougars. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
General Insurance Services in Hobart is an independent insurance agency serving Northwest Indiana. Understanding the client's needs combined with the knowledge and expertise is what has allowed them to deliver sound advice for over 80 years. General Insurance Services open 5 days a week, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Give them a call at 219-850-1001 or stop in at 405 Main Street in Hobart, and you can always check them out on the web at genins.com. General Insurance Services, serving the future of the communities they serve.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, along with Josh Huddleston, Mike Zajac, down in DeMont, where KV Cougars and the Hobart Brickies, RSN's number 6 Hobart Brickies, they're on top of the Cougars 21-0 as we enter the second quarter. It's KV on offense. They've got 2nd and 7 from their own 22-yard line.
They got to get something going. They got to keep They got to establish some momentum on offense.
Arroyo under center. Rolling right, looking back the other way. This is a little trickery play. Nice catch made. It's a first down across the 35 near the 40-yard line. Big play there. Nice play call by head coach Kirk Kennedy. And number 9, Max Griffey on the reception.
Yeah, he came from the right side wing and kind of floated back. It was a kind of a screen, the roll-out backside screen. That's a tough play to defend, but kudos to the Cougars for running that to almost perfection on that play. And now they're moving. First down, get a little momentum back.
Ball's at their own 42-yard line. First and 10, 11:45 to play in the second quarter. Arroyo hands this one off. Castro going right side, and he's wrapped up by that Bricky defense. Let's say Gibson, Bradley Gibson, Juris in there on the tackle.
There's a host of brickies.
A host. What is a group of bricks?
A wall.
A wall. There you go. With a little cement.
It's pretty cool down here at KV. They got their looks like maybe their Pop Warner cheerleaders, or they had the whole track covered. That's pretty neat down here.
Yeah,
involving the little kids.
Nice atmosphere down here in KV. Castro on the carry again up the middle, and Brickies take him down after a pickup of about 2. It's going to be 3rd and maybe 6.
Yeah, he just went straight up the middle on that run there, and it looked like he had something, and then it kind of closed up relatively quick. You know, if they have a kind of a boot, quarterback boot, something, get him on the perimeter. Last week at Lowell, they had some success running kind of a flood concept. Potentially that's something they can draw up right here.
Yeah, maybe a little play action for KV. And it is a play action. Arroyo looking right, throws. A catch is made, but well short of the first down marker. It was made at the 50. They needed to get to the Hobart 48. 4th and 2 for KV. And our producer, Nick Rush, saying just go for it. I agree.
You know, that's something that'll come with time. You know, when you run those comebacks, you want to make sure that you're beyond the sticks, the first down marker, when you catch that ball. And he came back just a little too far and caught it. It was a great pitch and catch, but just short of the first down, which puts them in a punt formation.
It's Arroyo to kick things away, and he had a player for KV coming off late. I think he got off in time, and a nice KV roll inside the 10-yard line. Yeah, no flag for a 12th man for the Cougars, so all is well for KV as they got the Brickies pinned down inside near the 10. Where Trey Gibson already with 2 touchdowns in this game. Noah Ehrlich with a touchdown pass to him. That play, I believe, was 25 yards for the touchdown. What'd you see in that play on that?
They were in straight man coverage, so Trey's obviously pretty quick, and he just put his foot in the ground, ran the corner route, and just ran away from him, and Noah threw an absolute dart to him.
Yeah, that game against Andrean last week, Drake Bowen, he's going to Notre Dame and sent a tweet out that he wants to see Noah in a couple of years at Notre Dame, and keeps working his butt off. He might have a chance. As there's a wobbly throw. It's incomplete. And rolling out to his left side. Hard throw there from Ehrlich. It's second down.
Yeah, I don't necessarily, they ran play action to the same side he was rolling out to. That's kind of tough because you get all the flow going that way. Typically you see play action to the other side, get the linebackers going this way, the opposite direction, and then you kind of boot out the backside.
Pitch it out to Gibson. He's running over defenders and players of his own. He's out near the 19-yard line, so 3rd and short coming up.
This is a big third down for KV here. They got to stop here and make Hobart punt. They'll be in some good field position after their punt that they got a good roll on. So look for, they got to sell out here and get a stop.
3rd and 1 from the 19. Handoff Gibson. Waiting for the blockers. He gets them. He's got the first down across the 25 out near the 30-yard line. And they actually mark him out at the 31. So a fresh set of downs for the Brickies.
On 3rd and 1, that was kind of a patient run. You want to see him you want to see Trey just kind of put your foot in the ground and go on 3rd and 1. But he was patient, followed his blockers, and squirted out the backside for a first down.
Aiden Leonard, number 10, the sophomore receiver with the nice block. As there's Ehrlich trying to dance around defenders. He's going to pick up a few yards. There's a flag thrown. He dodged about 3 or 4 Cougars. He picks up maybe a yard, but there is a flag.
Look like maybe a block in the back. When you're an offensive lineman and you have an athletic running back, quarterback that are extending plays, kind of catches you in a weird spot sometimes. You just put your hands out and block someone. And that penalty was kind of really the only thing that's slowing the Brickies down tonight.
Yeah. They've been moving it very well on offense. Looks like, I believe that was a hold on one of the linemen. So backs the Brickies up to the 20. They need to get to the 41 for a first down. It's 1st and 20. Man in motion. Ehrlich looking to pass on the screen play. It's out near Gibson, and he's wrapped up far side.
If they come back to that play, they motion number 4. Nobody went with him. He was wide open by himself. If they come back to that play, there was nobody by him.
I think it was number 9, Max Griffey, on the tackle. Playing both ways. Has a nice catch on the offensive side of the ball, and now makes the nice tackle for a loss. 2nd and 24. Too wide to the left side for the Brickies. Flag thrown. Ehrlich throwing. Man open. It's Gibson out of the backfield. And out toward the 49-yard line. Excuse me, that's number 23, Jalen Williams with the reception. But I believe this one will come back.
That was patience by Noah. He stayed in the pocket, waited for his crosser to come across, and then threw an absolute, beautiful pass to him. And Hobart's moving backwards.
Yeah, Bricky's going the wrong way. It's a second penalty on them. Illegal procedure. Now they're back to the 12-yard line.
It's first in a country mile. Is that what it's called?
It is. Need to get to the 41.
3rd in a country mile.
Are they saying 2nd down again, maybe?
2nd in a country mile.
There
I'll
you
get
go.
it right
There
here
you go.
eventually.
Nope, now they're saying 3rd. There's a 2 on the field, and then the scoreboard says 3rd down. Ehrlich throwing long and incomplete, just over the head of a number 22 Stafford. And the Brickies. Yeah, there's confusion on the field now because now it's 3rd down. So the scoreboard had 3rd down.
See, I'm rightfully confused, right?
Yes, I was too. I was confused.
There's
And maybe that could be why Brickies just went for it all right there, just trying to get the first down instead of cut it in half. So now they've got what they might think is 3rd down again. They lead at 21-0, and whistle blows. And a timeout taken by the Hobart Brickies. All kinds of confusion now Let's take a look at the NCC conference. The Andrean 59ers, they're 2-0. They lead Highland in there at 2-1. They're 3-4 on the year. The Brickies in third position. They're 1-1, along with Lowell and KV's 1-1. So if KV can pull this one out, come back, they can hop the Brickies in the standings. Munster in there at 0-3.
The 59ers control their destiny.
Yeah. I think everybody knew that going into the season.
Yeah. I mean, Hobart played them tough last week. They had an opportunity to tie the game late in the fourth quarter. Just kind of ran out of time. You know, that's kind of the way, you know, unfortunately the way football goes is there's a time clock and you only got so much time.
Yeah.
But the flip side is Drake Bowen is just an absolute beast. And, you know, when you got that fifth star next to your name, it's pretty impressive.
Offense and defensive side of the ball. I mean, just watching some of the replays of last week's game, he just barreled over that defense. He is a man amongst boys, and you get to see the college field next week at Notre Dame. It's a handoff to Gibson, going nowhere, gets it back to the middle of the field, picks up maybe a yard, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, and it's fourth down. The Brickies will punt it away, and KV should have good field possession here.
Yeah, he would if he'd have stayed true to that outside run and kind of stretch it out. He had some space on this far sideline, but you know, kind of the where you're at inside the 10-yard line. Smart play just to kind of put your nose in the ground and go upfield.
4th and 29. And they got trouble with the snap. Loose ball around the 1 near the goal line. Did they pick it up in the end zone? I think KV fell on it. I'm not sure. No call yet. Safety is the call.
That was on the exchange. It was a perfect snap, and he just went to step to punt it and just dropped the ball. And that's what KV needed. They needed that momentum. They needed that switch. Hobart put themselves in a bad situation with all the penalties and then backed themselves up, and then just an exchange when he went to punt the ball. He went to step to punt it and just dropped it. And crisis averted. It could have been a touchdown, but you know they were able to fall on it and just hold it to 2 points. Now KV does get the ball back, but could have been 7 points.
KV's on the 1-2 the score. We'll take a short break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Certified financial planner Tim O'Brien is your Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why financial advisor Tim O'Brien is a proud supporter of Hobart football on the Region Sports Network. Call 219-947-8208 or stop by his office at 1455 South Lake Park Avenue across from St. Mary's Hospital for all your investment needs. Go Brickies! Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. 21-2 is our score. Cougars getting on the board after the fumbled snap from the punter of Hobart. And the KV Cougars getting in there. And almost got a touchdown. Would have been nice, but hey, 2 points is 2 points. You'll take it either way with the way this offense has been struggling. But, Josh, like you said, hopefully this is a momentum for the Cougars. And hit a little stiff arm across the 40 near the 45. It's Fugate on the return. He's coming back after that injury that he was taken off for. So KV back on offense.
Yeah, in good field position. You know, they're almost at midfield right here because of the safety. Pushes the ball back so you don't kick off from the 40. Pushes it back, and now KV is in. This is that grind offense. Just run the ball, run the ball. And this is what Kennedy's done for so long. Just grind it out, grind it out. And here they are. I mean, they go down, they get a score, they're right back in this ball game.
1st and 10 from the 44. Arroyo under center, handed off to Castro, going left side. He's got the first down across midfield. Out near the 42-yard line is where they knocked him out. It's a pickup of about 14 yards for Castro. Moves the chains.
Yeah, just run straight to the side, kind of counter look like. Kind of got the defensive end sneaking in, and he broke a tackle and big first down. And positive and plus territory now, within striking distance. But that's what KV likes to do, just grind it out.
First and 10 from the 42-yard line. 6 minutes to play in the second quarter. Castro hits the hole hard, but he's taken down after a pickup of a couple. Taken down by, it looked like to me, Bradley Gibson on the tackle.
I've been calling his name a lot tonight.
The linebacker, he's got 42 tackles, 3 sacks coming into this game. Second and 7 from the Bricky 39-yard line.
Castro hits that hole hard. He's at full speed pretty much as soon as he gets the ball.
He's got the carry again. And he falls forward. And he does pick up a couple on the play. Third and maybe 4 coming up.
You have to assume this is 4-down territory. So I think that kind of changes your play calling a little bit. They had a little success on the toss. Maybe they come back to that. Hobart has gone to a 4-man front as opposed to the 3. We talked about that, kind of adjusting that front.
See if Kennedy wants to go maybe play action here. Pound it on the ground with Castro. He pitches it out. Castro left side trying to get to the corner. He's wrapped up around the 35-yard line. He's going to be well short of the first down. Gibson in there on the tackle once again with Juris and company.
Yeah, they just snuffed that out and were able to kind of get to the perimeter here and make that tackle. We talked about running a pitch, and kudos to the Brickies defense for coming up big on that big third down stop.
4th and 3. The offense stays out there.
This might be a spot we try to draw them off sides.
Arroyo under center. They hand it off right up the middle, trying to get a push. He does get a push. Across the 30-yard line goes Castro, and a Cougar first down. Now that offensive line just kept pushing their legs. Castro just kept pushing past that Bricky defense, and Cougars hanging tough here.
Yeah, Castro, sophomore, he just kept his legs driving, and we got a little bit of a rugby scrum going on for a first down.
Ball's out to the 29-yard line. And you said it earlier in the keys to the game, the Castle Subaru keys to the game, just a slow, methodical drive downfield as Castro breaks one tackle, picks up about 4 or 5 on the carry.
If you talk about a team, when you at the end of the game, you grade your players, right? So players get grades. And if you're 85%, 90%, and that's what that running game work is predicated on. If Hobart blows an assignment, they go the distance. They hit that gap and go. So the more that you give yourself those opportunities, which is what KV does, they have the opportunity to break a big play.
2nd and 6 from the 25. Play action. Arroyo tossing it out. Incomplete. Almost intercepted. It was intended for Lane Zander.
I tell you what, that was a great play by that wide receiver. He had to play defense on that because number 4 from Hobart, if he catches that, he's off to the races.
3rd and 6. See what Coach Kennedy wants to do here.
We got a live viewer from Mexico.
How about that?
Pretty impressive.
Wow.
Worldwide.
Are they? It is worldwide on the internet. Arroyo back to pass. Rolls left. Throws. Flips it out. Catch is caught. What a grab. Caleb Deerdorf on the reception. He's going to be just shy of the first down.
Wow, what a catch. Able to get that foot in bounds and give them a chance here on this fourth down. What a reception by Deerdorf.
Arroyo throwing that one on the run. Deerdorf head toward the sideline, and when he rolled up, we saw him hold on to the ball with one hand up against his hip, and he held on. So 4th and 1, they'll go for it here. Arroyo under center. Castro right side hits the hole, and this one's going to be close. He's right on the 20-yard line. I think he needed to get to the maybe 19 and a half, and he's going to come up short. So it's a turnover on downs.
And the play clock is still, they finally stopped it after about 8 seconds run off there. It's just, if you're Hobart, you can't be happy about that, but you're happy with the stop.
Yeah, and now where they're putting the ball, I thought they were just on the 20. They put it actually at the 19 and 3/4 maybe, 19 and a half, but they didn't even bring the chains out to review this, but they say it's a turnover. It's back to the Brickies as they're up 21-2. They got 2:14 to play left in the half, and we've seen this offense move the ball pretty quickly, and they might do it here just over 2 minutes to play. It's a handoff to Gibson, left side. He's tripped up, picks up 2.
I see Hobart run a hurry up. I would like to see them do something a little more up-tempo. Let's see what Noah can do in a hurry-up offense situation. Let's get the plays going. Let's get things moving and see what
pass is caught. It's Leonard. Gets it out past the 25 to the 26. 3rd down. Minute 40 to play in the first half. Ehrlich shotgun, too wide to the left side. Ehrlich looking left, throw in, catch is made, but he's going to be short of the first down marker around the 29, maybe 30-yard line is where they'll mark it, and they stop the clock. They might want to look at this.
It's going to be close. First down.
Oh, they give it to him. Well, this officiating crew did not look at the other first down, close to first down for the Cougars, but they give the Brickies the first down. You hear the boos from some of the Cougar fans below us. So 1:20 to play in the first half. Fresh set of downs for Ehrlich and company. Looking, throwing deep, and incomplete, intended for Leonard. That brings up 2nd and 10.
You know, this might be an opportunity for them to move Trey out of the backfield and put him at wide receiver. He's fast, runs really good, solid routes, and looks like that's exactly what they're doing on this play.
Shotgun for the Brickies. 3 wide to the right side. Ehrlich looking right, throwing over the middle. He's looking for Gibson, and Gibson makes the catch. Gibson across the 30, down to the 22-yard line. What a catch by Trey Gibson. He had a defender right on him.
What concentration, what a good spot for the ball. Concentration and a guy in his face. Great coverage. You can't cover him any better than that, and just was able to catch the ball.
Caleb Deerdorf on the defense there. 1:04 to play. Plenty of time down to the 21-yard line. Ehrlich's going to keep this one. Heading toward the sideline, pushed out inside the 20 at the 19. Maybe the 20 as the referee knocks him off at the 20.
I think they want some of that pizza too. Got their mind on some pizza. I'll tell you, this is pretty impressive drive. You know, Noah started with 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and he marched them down the field. So far, they still got a minute left. It's pretty impressive from a sophomore quarterback running the 2-minute offense. A corner route from Trey right here.
Ehrlich in the backfield all alone. He's looking left. Throw in. Catch. Incomplete. Off the hands of the receiver. Isaac Gordon could not hold on. Third down.
That was a heater. Fit a radar on that. It was cooking.
Yeah, threw it just behind him. We're like on 3rd and 9. Throws. Catch is made around the 15-yard line. That's going to be well short of the first down. Catch made by Leonard on the right side. Let's see what Coach Osika wants to do. Looks like the kicking team will come in with 46 seconds to play in the first half. It'll be a 34-yard field goal.
With Cody out, Noah is the placeholder, so that's something to note here.
Snap down, kick up on its way, and it is good. From 34 yards out, and the Brickies add on to their lead, 24-2 over the Cougars here at KV. We'll take a short time out. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Did you know?
They decorate over 210,000 cakes a year.
Did you know?
Their butcher will cut your meat your way.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Josh Huddleston and Mike Zajac from Kankakee Valley, 24-2 the score. Brickies on top of the Cougars. And 41 seconds to play in the first half. And KV will try and put some points on the board before they go into the half. The Brickies will get the ball to start the second half.
This is one of those tricky spots right here. You don't want to fall asleep if you're Hobart because KV's shown that they can hit some big returns.
Kick is away. And it's Fugit from the 8-yard line. Going right side. He runs into a bricky wall. And they take him down around the 24-yard line. And let's see what Coach Kennedy wants to do from here with 34 seconds to play in the half.
I assume they're going to turn around and hand the ball off to their workhorse Castro and go into halftime. Maybe a try to play action, but
well, we saw Hobart do a little trickery last week.
Well, they got some receivers out, so maybe they're going to take a shot.
Going 3 wide. Brickies with that one safety. Arroyo under center. They're looking to pass. Going left side. Going long. And the catch is almost made by the Brickies. Defender number 21. That's Colton Charo. Could not hold on. Incomplete, second down.
Yeah, that was not what you wanted if you were KV. Turn the ball over there.
Pass intended for Xander. Excuse me.
I assume this will be a run here. But
going same formation. And they might want to put some points on the board. 2nd and 10. Back to pass again is Arroyo. Flips it out to Castro. Just overthrew him. He had some green grass in front of him. He could have used that speed and got past midfield if The Brickies didn't run him down, but third down now.
That was a well-designed play. I mean, there was nobody covering the running back out of the backfield. He was in a three-point stance, so I don't know if he got lost or the defense didn't account for him, but there was nobody on him. If he's able to catch that. But now you might be in a situation where if you get tackled, maybe Hobart burns a timeout and tries a punt block. So now you've put yourself in a little bit of a predicament here.
Yeah, back to the I formation go the Cougars. And they'll hand this one off Castro. He's got blockers ahead and tripped up across the 30-yard line. And the Brickies do call a timeout, fourth down. So they will get the ball back. There's 12 seconds left on the play clock. The game clock.
I think Hobart called a timeout with about 18 seconds left. So they might be adding some more time to the clock, maybe.
Yeah, referees getting together right now. They'll talk things over. Yeah, maybe they will, and there looks like they might be trying to get something up there. Hey, connecting the first half and the second half of tonight's game. It's the Hose Connections halftime report. It's presented by Hose Connections, proven under pressure. That's coming up at halftime. And don't forget, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Corral Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. Corral Companies are the insurance superheroes. Fourth down for the Cougars.
I mean, if you're Kennedy, I would just try to get him to jump off sides here. You got nothing to lose. If you back it up 5, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you're down 22 points in the first half.
They did add about 4 seconds to the clock. And here comes the Hobart. It looks like they're going to bring the house.
Yeah. Sending everybody up. There is nobody back for Hobart to return the punt. Snap. Kick. It looks like it might have been deflected. And they'll let this ball roll past the 45. I'm not sure who got in there from Hobart, but I think somebody might have tipped that ball.
Hey, if you're Hobart, maybe you take a shot.
Ehrlich's definitely got the arm strength to do it.
Yeah, maybe you run a play action pass and try to catch KV sleeping.
And they got the speed with Trey Gibson and a few other receivers. Bloom in there. As there is a flag on the far side of the field.
We were cooking until about 2 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Sideline warning on Hobart. So maybe they won't take that shot, as that'll.
And the first one's usually a warning, right?
That's true. That is that first one. The ball is placed at the 43. There's 3 seconds left on the game clock. See what Coach Osika has up his sleeve here.
Number 4 on the far side's a burner. Right, looks like he's coming to this near side.
Ehrlich's going to be in the backfield all alone. Like we said, he does have the arm strength to get it down near the goal line. And a flag.
False start. No harm, no foul. Getting a little excited.
Yeah, now I don't know if he's got the arm strength from here.
But if you hit him in stride, you got a shot, right? But it looks like, KV's playing a little. They're giving some room here.
And another whistle. And referee talking to that wide receiver. And, he's going to come out. I'm not sure what he motioned over to him.
I think he's got to not have his shirt. I think that's what he said. I'm unsure of what the...
So he comes off the field. So Another receiver on for the Brickies. Nice snap. Ehrlich launches one deep and incomplete. And that'll do it after the first half. 24-2, the Brickies on top of the Cougars. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
I'm Tim O'Brien, former Hobart Brickies and Northwestern Wildcat quarterback. When I was playing, I always wanted to be prepared for the unexpected, planning for what might come next. As a certified financial planner with Edward Jones Investments here in Hobart, I pass on that same philosophy to my clients. Planning for the future is important. The same goes for advertising. I plan ahead and turn to the Region Sports Network because they get the job done for me. And I therefore put my trust in them, knowing they are the only game in town. And go Brickies!
Since 2000, Hose Connections in Hammond has been a premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop offering quality hydraulic and pneumatic products and services. Hose Connections takes pride in not only meeting, but exceeding customers' expectations. To learn all about the products and services that Hose Connections offers, visit hoseconnectionsinc.com or call 219-844-6570. Hose Connections in Hammond, proven under pressure.
Thank you for taking me home. It's so far.
Don't worry about it, Grandma. This will be fun. 2 chocolate milkshakes, please.
Make it 3.
3?
Did you get his number?
Oh, Grandma. Grandma!
Excuse me?
Some relationships get better with time. That's why I got a Crosstrek.
97% of Subaru vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road.
I'm so glad you got a Subaru.
I wonder who gave me the idea.
Oh.
Love. It's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Check out the new Subarus at Castle Subaru in Portage. For over 113 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony to honor the life and memory of a loved one. Whether it's a simple, elaborate, traditional, or unique service, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. Visit them on the web at burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 942-1117.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. It's Josh Huddleston and Mike Zajac from DeMont. We're at KV High School. The Hobart Brickies, number 6 Hobart Brickies, leading 24-2 at halftime. And Josh, it's been all Brickies in this one. Trey Gibson's with that 76-yard touchdown run to start things off on offense. He's got a touchdown reception as well. Noah Ehrlich looking pretty good in the offense. And defense just cruising along.
Yeah, I mean, outside of the exchange on the punt that Hobart had, they've pretty much been in control of the game. That was set up by them having, a couple penalties on offense. That's really the only thing that stopped them. They've driven the ball down, both run and pass, mixing it up. Noah looks sharp. He looks in complete control of the offense. Even without their starting leading receiver, Cody Johnson, it looks like they're firing on all cylinders on offense. And then on defense, the question, could they stop Castro? And to this point, they have. They've proven that they've been able to stop him. They're selling out for the run. They're going to say, hey, you're going to have to beat us through the air. And they've had success doing it.
Let's go through all the scores we had so far in the first half.
We started off the scoring with Trey Gibson on a 76-yard touchdown run His first carry of the game, he kind of was behind the lineman and kind of scooted out to the outside, and he was off to the races. And then it was Noah Ehrlich on a zone read where he faked it to Trey Gibson and went around the outside for a 21-yard touchdown run to make it 14-0. Hobart came back on a beautiful corner route from Noah Ehrlich to Trey Gibson for a 26-yard touchdown, and that made it 21-0. And then we had the safety, which we talked about, made it 21-22. And then Hobart got the ball back with a little over 2 minutes. Noah controlled the ball down the field in their 2-minute offense, and they were able to hit a 34-yard field goal from Ryan Pimentel to make it 24-2.
Going back to that 26-yard touchdown catch reception from Trey Gibson, Noah Ehrlich threw a beautiful pass on that one.
Yeah, he hit him. I mean, Trey's got one digit, but he hit that digit from the pocket. He stood tall. He delivered a beautiful pass. It was they were in man coverage. Trey ran a corner route, and it was just a beautiful pitch and catch, if you will.
Brickies up 24-2. When we come back, we will go over some scores around the region. Josh is writing them down right now pretty quickly. And we'll talk about the Castle Subaru keys to the game. That's all coming up. You're watching the Hose Connections Halftime Report. It's brought to you by Hose Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hoseconnectionsinc.com. Hose Connections, proven under pressure. This is a Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Did you know?
Wow, they'll prepare fresh fish while you wait.
Did you know?
They make over 40,000 donuts from scratch every week.
Did you know?
They offer 23 different deli platters for your party.
Did you know?
They have freshly chopped fajita mix ready to cook.
Did you know?
They have the best fried chicken in the area.
Did you know?
They offer our signature curbside service 14 hours a day.
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Family owned and operated since 1969, Holiday Rent-A-Car offers a wide variety of newer model cars, vans, and SUVs. Free local customer pickup and drop-offs are available. Debit cards are accepted. Restrictions apply. All rental cars are for sale. Financing is available. Located at 3709 West 37th Avenue in Hobart, Holiday Rent-A-Car is open Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Call 219-942-8561 or visit them on the web at holidayrentacar.biz.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com. Ethos Dental Group in Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake. Since 2000, Hose Connections in Hammond has been a premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop offering quality hydraulic and pneumatic products and services. Hose Connections takes pride in not only meeting but exceeding customers' expectations. To learn all about the products and services that Hose Connections offers, visit hoseconnectionsinc.com or call 219-844-6570. Hose Connections in Hammond, proven under pressure.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Along with Josh Huddleston, it's Mike Zajac from Kankakee Valley High School. The Hobart Brickies up 24-2 over the Kougars. You're watching the Hose Connections Halftime Report. It's brought to you by Hose Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hoseconnectionsinc.com. Hose Connections, proven under pressure. It's now time for the Hometown Scoreboard Update. It's brought to you by Strachan Van Til. Strachan Van Til, shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strachanvantil.com. Josh, what do we got?
We got a battle over at Lake Central. Chesterton 7, Lake Central 0. Crown Point all over LaPorte 30-0. Hanover Central 63, Whiting 0. The Andrean Fighting 59ers 37, the Munster Mustangs 0. And a tight one, we got Lowell 7, Highland 7. A battle of Hammond, we got Hammond Morton 14, Hammond Central 14. Michigan City's all over Portage 21-0. Calumet 47, South Bend Clay 0. Your Griffith Panthers 7, Boone Grove 6.
There we go. I think they only lost by 1 to Calumet last week. I was Jay Simmons had him as that upset pick last week. I think he picked them again today. So good to see Panthers back on track.
River Forest 44, the Satellites 0. Big game over in Maryville. Valpo 10, Maryville 16. Westside 36, EC Central 0.
You can follow all of tonight's region football scores live on Strachan Van Til. Your hometown scoreboard is streaming on Facebook.com/Region Sports and RegionSports.com. Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. And let's take about the NCC conference standings once again. Andrean 2-0, looking to go. Looks like they'll go 3-0. Munster will now go probably 0-4 in conference play. Big one there. Highland Lowell 7-7. Highland 2-1 in conference. Lowell at 1-1. Looking pretty scary there for Lowell if you're looking to go 1-2.
Yeah, Lowell's one of those sneaky teams though. They play. For some reason, the way they play the regular season usually doesn't determine what they do in the playoffs. Yeah. From an NCC standpoint, obviously a loss puts them out of contention. But they usually want to be playing their best football week 1 of the postseason, and that's usually what happens for the Lowell Red Devils.
I talked with Doug Ashenbaum in that first game, Lowell Crown Point. Lowell gets off to that slow start. By late September, early October, this is when Lowell starts to get going, and I see that score. I'm like, ooh, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot going on. I know they're kind of banged up at running back. So are they kind of putting those guys on the shelf a little bit? Maybe not relying on them so heavy. You got Riley Bank, who's carried the ball. I don't even know how many times this year, but I'm assuming a lot.
Yeah, 250 yards last year, and then you got to think last week in an emotional game, you had Kirk Kennedy coming back to play his former team and coach. So, a lot on their mind after this was getting back into things.
Yeah, so you never know what they're thinking down there in Lowell. But one thing is for sure, they play hard-nosed football, and they'll be ready to go come playoff time.
Valpo 10, Maryville 16 in a close one there.
Yeah, Valpo has been, early on in the season, everyone was talking about Valpo in a rebuilding year and young and how they're going to be better down the stretch. But they've been good all year round. I mean, they've played tough football the entire year, and they're playing the Maryville Pirates tough, 16-10, and that's a battle, and they're on the road.
Yeah, Maryville number 2 in our RSN poll, number 1. Crown Point still rolling on. They're 30-0 lead over LaPorte, and J.J. Johnson and company just keep going.
I mean, Crown Point, they're building it right. I talk on the broadcast a lot about building it from the youth level all the way up, and if you follow the Crown Point Bulldogs on Twitter, you'll see how involved they are in the community. They got their youth programs at practice, and the coaches are there, the players are coaching the younger players, and it's just a really cool atmosphere. And they're building it from the community in, and that's an impressive thing that Buzz Buzia's got going on over there.
Yeah, he's doing a heck of a job at the county hub. And Josh, let's get to your Castle Subaru Keys to the second half, keys to the game, second half, sponsored by Castle Subaru. You can stop in and get your keys to a new Castle, a Castle Subaru that is. And how about the keys for Hobart moving forward?
Yeah, the keys for Hobart are just continue to play the game you played in the first half, mixing it up, running past. Don't try to get conservative or don't try to, do anything different that you did in the first half. Allow Noah to continue to throw the ball, hand the ball off the tray, mix it up, run and pass, little play action. Continue to do what you did both offensively and defensively because it was working.
How about the keys to the second half for KV?
If you're KV, you're going to have to abandon the run. And I wouldn't say abandon the run game, but you're going to have to mix it up a lot more than you did. They had some success throwing the ball. That quarterback's pretty accurate when he gets out of the pocket. So, they had a shot on a couple of deep passes. So I look for them to just come out and let's see what their quarterback can do. I know Kennedy likes to run the ball and pound it out on the ground, but let the kid throw and let's see what he's got here in the second half.
Those are the keys to the second half. They're brought to you by our friends at Castle Subaru. Castle Subaru, check out the Castle inventory of new and used vehicles at castlesubaru.com. We come back, we'll have the second half to start things off between the Brickies and the Cougars. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hanger Insurance Group in Crown Point is passionate about providing a premier service insurance agency featuring customized coverage and meaningful relationships. They understand that you've built a life and they want to help you protect it. From home to life insurance, they offer a wide variety of coverage to fit your needs. From choosing a plan to filing claims, Hanger Insurance Group agents are ready to help. Stop in for a quote at 950 South Court Street in Crown Point or visit them online at hangerinsurancegroup.com. Protect what you love. Since 2000, Hose Connections in Hammond has been a premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop offering quality hydraulic and pneumatic products and services. Hose Connections takes pride in not only meeting but exceeding customers' expectations. To learn all about the products and services that Hose Connections offers, visit hoseconnectionsinc.com or call 219-844-6570. Hose Connections in Hammond, proven under pressure.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Are you a steel hauler? Come work for Area Transportation. You must have a current valid Class A commercial driver's license and at least 1 year of recent verifiable steel hauling experience and at least 2 years of recent verifiable interstate experience operating a commercial motor vehicle. Call recruiting at 1-855-400-6939. That's 1-855-400-6939.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. You're watching the Hose Connections Halftime Report. It's brought to you by Hose Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. You can visit them on the web at hoseconnectionsinc.com. Hose Connections, proven under pressure. Got about a minute left at halftime here. 24-2. The Brickies all over the Cougars. Josh went over the Subaru keys to the second half earlier, and coming up for Hobart, looking ahead at next week, just 2 weeks left on the schedule up until the 14th of October. They'll head back home and play Highland, and if you saw Highland in a close one with Lowell, and that game was at Highland, I believe.
Yeah.
You had Highland underneath, so I kind of figured they were at home. So Highland hanging tough there. They're 2-1 in conference. And then they will travel to Munster to take on the winless Mustangs to end their season. For KV, they'll stay here and get Andrean at home and then head to Highland on October 14th to wrap things up for the regular season.
Yeah, Mike, I gave you a lot of kudos at the beginning of the broadcast about, shout outs from Hobart faithful, but Mama Huddleston's not happy that you cut me off. She's a little upset.
Oh.
I got the text that said that guy should not cut you off. Mama Huddleston is not happy right now.
All right. Mama Huddleston, I apologize. But we had to take a break.
We did.
I went too far. We weren't supposed to talk about keys to the second half there, but I was like, oops, wait, we need to take a break, and I went too far. So my apologies for son off. It will not happen again. Josh got his pizza, so now he's all good to go. He's got his energy drink down. We all got a slice of pizza. Nick Russ here got a slice of pizza.
Yeah, kudos to KV for the hospitality tonight.
Very good. They got breadsticks. I think wings were over there. And
chicken nuggets.
Yeah, they got it all here. Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, all that stuff. All the good stuff here at KV. It's been nice in this press box. And we had our own room here, which sometimes you don't have your own room, and you got other broadcast crews talking over you. You're hearing them in your microphone. It's a very nice facility here at KB.
Yeah, Hobart and KV both.
Yeah.
Their hospitalities are both great when we visit both of those venues.
Yeah, I mean, all across the region, really. And Hobart, Crown Point's always nice to go there. You go out to the DAC and Valpo and Chesterton, all nice. It's time for the second half to kick off. The Brickies will get the ball to start things off and try and add on to this lead. They lead at 24-2. It's been all Brickies so far in this one. And the kick is away. Taken from about the 12 and out past the 25 to the 28 is Gibson. Heard his name all night. So him and Noah Ehrlich will come out for the offense.
Surprises me that they kicked to him. He's a pretty shifty guy out in the open field, but they had great coverage down there, and one guy wrapped him up, brought him down, and that's where Hobart's going to start.
I was at the 28, 1st and 10. And KV's defense really needs a stop. They've given up the 24 points, but they've been hanging tough. Their only really mismatch has been the offensive line and Trey Gibson. Other than that, receivers, they're hanging tight with them.
Yeah, Hobart's had some success running the ball.
As there goes Gibson again. And wrapped up just past the 30-yard line, picks up about 4 on the carry. The second and about 6.
Yeah, KV's just playing straight man across, they're manning up on the receivers, and the rest of the guys are committing to stop the run, and, they're playing that tight coverage.
Ehrlich gives it to Gibson again, and he hits the hole running. Untouched. Trey Gibson being chased. Can they run him down? No. Touchdown Gibson again. His 3rd touchdown of the game.
It's about a 69-yard touchdown run. He was untouched through the B gap all the way and off to the races, and he was a speeding bullet out of there and just took off.
67 yards goes Trey Gibson. And on for the extra point. And they got off to that early start. It was that first carry he had for 76 yards. And now this one from 67. What a night for Gibson. Snap down, kick up, and it is good. Just like that, 31-2 the score, 11-14 to play in the third. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Josh Huddleston, Mike Zajac from Kankakee Valley. 67-yard run, almost untouched for Trey Gibson until he got to the about 2 or 1 yard line. Defender of KV was running with him pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at Trey Gibson, caught the kickoff, ran it up, took the first down handoff, and then the second the distance. That's good for some all-purpose yards if you're Trey Gibson.
Almost close to 100 yards just on those 3 plays. 31-2, and if we get another score from Hobart without KV scored, we're going to have a running clock here. Kick is away, and it's a good one. Out into the end zone for the touchback. First one we've seen tonight from the Brickies or KV. And now offensively, let's see what Kennedy and company starting to move the ball. They did pretty well in that second quarter. They started, it's like saying in the first, couldn't even get past the 50. They started to move the ball a little bit well.
Yeah, they were mixing it up though. That was the key. They weren't just running the ball. The first two drives they just straight run. As the game progressed, they started to add some play action, and really challenge the secondary of Hobart.
First and 10 from the 20-yard line. 11-14 to play in the third. Here comes the blitz, and a ball is loose. Brickies say they have it, and they do.
Yeah, Hobart had they had everyone on the line of scrimmage except one linebacker. They just picked a gap and everyone shot it, and they were in the backfield, pretty much before he was able to get the handoff.
I believe that was Hunter Juris who ended up with the ball. Take a look at the replay coming up here. Who came out with it? Can't tell what the number is.
Yeah, Hunter Juris looked like he was the one that had the ball in his hand, and he's always one of those guys that's always around the ball. He had a strip when the Griffith game, he had that strip return for a touchdown, and then the next week he almost had another one. He recovered a punt in the end zone at Culver, so he's always around the ball when there's a turnover.
First and 10, they get it at the KV 18. They give it to Gibson, and he's wrapped up right at the line. Second down for the Brickies.
Yeah, just right up there, and KV they had to commit to stop the run, so there maybe a little play action here.
Second and 10, back at the 18. Ehrlich shotgun. 3 wide out to the left side. Looking left, throwing out. Catch is made by Gibson. Gibson to the 5, diving forward. And he's knocked out, I believe it looks like at the 1 yard line. Gibson makes the catch, and around the 5 or 4, he was starting to fall down, dove forward just shy of the goal line. That does give them the first down.
He lowered his shoulder there on that defender near the goal line. He was trying to will himself in there, but I assume this has got to be a turnaround and hand the ball to Trey Gibson.
First and goal from the 1. They do give it to Gibson, and he is past the goal line and in for another Bricky touchdown. Trey Gibson is 4th touchdown of the game. His 3rd rushing touchdown. And it puts the Brickies up momentarily 37-2.
I was just kind of going through the tick sheet here, and Trey Gibson has every yard for Hobart in the second half.
Wow. Yep. On for the extra point. Snap down, kick up. It's good. It's 38-2. The Brickies leading the Cougars. 9:45 to play in the third. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
For over 50 years, family-owned Bud Insurance Agency in Hobart has been providing insurance services and protection to Northwest Indiana. With protection provided by Auto Owners Insurance, Dave, Bob, and Mike can custom fit a policy to meet a person's needs. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Bud Insurance treats each client with personal attention, making your visit a pleasant one. Stop by 615 West 3rd Street in Hobart or give them a call at 942-1028. And you can always visit them on the web at budinsagency.com.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. The Brickies leading the Cougars 38-2. 9:45 to play in the third quarter. Team still huddled up. Cougars still huddled up around head coach Kennedy, and the entire team is there as they trail by 36.
Yeah, they're a ball club that's got a lot of pride, and I'm sure Kennedy, is kind of going over. Hey, look, tonight's wasn't our night, but hey, we still have game left. Let's go out there and let's shrink the score here. Let's shrink this the difference in score here, and put some points on the board and show them that we mean business. So. It's what happens when you have a prideful program and led by a great coach like Kennedy. Bring those guys together and keep their heads in the game.
Kennedy in his first year with KV, 4-2 so far, and I'm sure he made the schedule a little easier to start things off for the season, just to see maybe what he's got to work with and what guys need to improve and gain some confidence with this team. And this is a team that, just what I put down here, 2 winning seasons since 2013. Lost last year big to Hobart. And when I say, there we go, wins versus KV last year, 56-24. Hobart's won 8 in a row in this series. Last KV win came in 2014. So Coach Kennedy is just trying to build some confidence and get the program back where he wants it. There's Arroyo being chased by a defender. He's going to run out of there. He's going to pick up positive yards. Pushed out of bounds. That's a late hit. Late hit there by Bradley Gibson.
Yeah, he was going out of bounds. He was giving himself up, and you don't like to see that this late in the game or at any point in the game, but especially when the game's kind of
some confusion on the clock, and now it's rolling, and we should have a running clock at 36 points. I think this referee crew's had a little bit of a rough go at it tonight. It's a late hit out of bounds, sends the Cougars out to the 47-yard line. First down coming up. You take the first down any way you can.
Yeah, he pretty much had it when he was running. He's pretty fast out there. Kind of escaped out the backside.
Arroyo back to pass. Throw in left side, tipped around and incomplete. He got tipped around about 3 or 4 times. He was looking for Caleb Deerdorf, second down.
Yeah, it was a drag route across the middle. He had him open for a second. It kind of was thrown a little bit behind him, and he tipped it up, and it was just kind of funky. He was bouncing around up there. It almost felt like forever.
2nd and 10 from the 47. Arroyo flips it out left side, incomplete. He was looking for Xander. That brings up 3rd down. Not a good pass there from Arroyo. Kind of had to jump over one of the defenders and came up well short.
Yeah, they got him at 5'10". His offensive line's pretty tall, so that's a tough, quick. That's a quick throw, and you know, those are tough when you're a little bit shorter than your offensive lineman.
3rd and 10 from the 47 for the Cougars. 2 wide out to the right side. And they pitch it to Castro, running right side, running hard, and he's going to come up well short of the first down. Only picks up 1 on the play, and the Cougars will punt it away.
Yeah, they're still. KV's playing tough. I mean, they're still battling in the trenches there. I mean, I saw some big hit on a block on a Hobart linebacker. So KV's. I mean, the clock might be running, but they're playing tough.
The punt is away, and that one looked like it might have been tipped as well. And it's down to at the 35-yard line of Hobart. Like one of the defenders getting in there for the Brickies. Looks like Matthew Bizig. Hard to see the numbers. Far side of Hobart with those white jerseys, the gold numbers.
Yeah, they are difficult to see. KV's uniforms are perfect.
Black, and then
the bright yellow letters, paid for by the Army National Guard, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah. See quite a few National Guard folks here in the stands earlier. It has dwindled down. Some have gone home. And Hobart faithful still out there. As a handoff to Gibson. Picks up just a couple. Running clock down under 5.5. Do you expect to see maybe Ehrlich and Gibson come out end of this quarter?
Yeah, I would assume that would be the route that they go. I see KV's got their quarterback warming up with his center. I assume that you would put the younger kids in and see what they're.
Yeah, see what they can do on this chilly fall night. Diving forward again is Gibson. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, I don't know what you gain here by having, your all-state running back in the game up, 38-2 with the running clock.
And he's done it all. He's got 4 touchdowns in the game. He's got all the yards in the second half for them, as he does pick up the first down out to near the 49-yard line.
We got to see Willie Shear, their backup running back at Lowell. He ran the ball real well. He does play defense, so I'm not sure who would be the third guy in there.
Gibson again. Power run up the middle, picks up 5. Maybe 6. It's going to be 2nd and 4 right at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, if I'm Hobart, I'm letting the play clock run down as kind of as far as it'll go, and then snap it with very, very limited time left on the play clock.
Handoff Gibson again. Power run up the middle. Breaks a couple. And he's got the first down to the 40-yard line.
Kudos at number 50, I believe. He blitzed that gap, and he met the Hobart fullback, and he blew that up. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. So that's a pretty impressive play by that linebacker.
And the cheerleaders here are throwing T-shirts into the stands at KV. Ehrlich keeps this one. Ehrlich's got to be careful. He doesn't want to get hurt in this one. Right at the 31-yard line. A 30, down to the 29. He does pick up the first down.
I don't understand that at all.
Just patting stats.
I'm not sure. Maybe your Hobart coach, your offense really has kind of struggled a little bit.
Ehrlich gives it to Gibson, and Gibson dragging defenders. He's got a first down across the 15 to the 14-yard line. That'll move the chains once again.
Yeah, maybe you're just, you're like, hey, we have to establish a rhythm. We have to be, get things going on offense because, the playoffs are around the corner.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's in the mind of the Hobart coaches, but
because like we talked earlier, we just haven't seen Hobart really put a full package from start to finish. And this is Gibson. Gibson trying to cut to the outside, gets it out to the 10. I would say offensively, the games that we've done, this is the most complete. I mean, we're only in the third quarter, but this is the most complete offensive game I've seen them from start to finish.
Yeah, they've mixed it up, too. They've done some runs and pass, obviously, some play action, some bootlegs, a jet sweep. It was the first time I've seen them run that play. So they've done some different things on offense. This game, they're kind of starting to open the playbook up a little bit.
Yeah, and still very capable of doing much more. Just 38 points now, and Gibson's going to trot in for another touchdown. Trey Gibson, this one from 10 yards out, adds on to the lead for the Brickies.
Just a simple toss. He was patient. He read his blockers, cut back across the grain, and scooted into the end zone.
Gibson in from 10 yards out. 30 seconds and a running clock here in the third. It should just about end the third quarter on the extra point. Snap down, kick up, and it is good once again. 45-2, the Brickies on top of the Cougars. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Certified financial planner Tim O'Brien is your Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why financial advisor Tim O'Brien is a proud supporter of Hobart football on the Region Sports Network. Call 219-947-8208 or stop by his office at 1455 South Lake Park Avenue across from St. Mary's Hospital for all your investment needs. Go Brickies! Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. 45-2 is the score. 16 seconds to play in the third. Hobart all over the Cougars in this one. Trey Gibson, another rushing touchdown. 10 yards out on this one.
Yeah, we almost sound like a broken record up here, but, I mean, he's been the workhorse tonight. He's carried the ball a number of times. Surprised to see him in this late in the game with the score the way it is, but he did miss the little game, maybe trying to get that long game, that longevity, get his lungs back a little bit. So maybe that's what's in the mind of the Hobart coaches. But nonetheless, he's cutting, he's running hard, he's doing everything that you'd expect out of an all-state running back.
4 rushing touchdowns, a touchdown reception. And, of course, don't forget, stay with us after the game as we'll name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the game. Crowell Companies are your insurance superheroes. I wonder who that might be. As this one's taken from inside the 5, and a big run there up the middle. The speed from Xander takes it across the 30-yard line. We saw that last week against the Lowell Red Devils. Took it 99 yards in the kickoff return. Xander, you got to get the ball into the hands of this kid. He's got some speed, and that'll do it after 3. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Start of the fourth quarter, 1st and 10 for the Cougars as they trail the Brickies 45-2. Get it at the 33-yard line, and under center goes, I believe we have a new quarterback. We do. We'll talk about him and see who it is in just a minute. It is number 13, Andrew Parker. Parker is a senior quarterback, 6 foot, 175-pound QB. I think we have a new running back as well who just carried it. That's Grayley Weaver, sophomore running back, 5'10", 170.
Looks like we got a lot of the second team in here.
This is Weaver again on the carry. Picked up 6 on the first carry. Picks up about 2 or 3 on that one near the first down marker. Out to the 43. I thought that was a first down. It's
got to be close.
It's got to be a first down, but maybe not.
Inches.
3rd and inches.
Maybe 30.
And they don't even bring the chains out. I'm telling you, this crew had a rough go at it tonight.
I think we're starting to see that a lot in the NFL and college, where they're not even if it's close, they're just giving it because they want to speed the game up.
Handoff there up the middle is the fullback on the carry. That is a first down. That's number 84 on the carry. It's Braden Swallow. He's a junior running back, 6 foot, 180 pounds. So 1st and 10. Running clock here, 45-2. See if the Cougars can get in the end zone here. Handoff is taken by Weaver.
They're still battling. I'd like to see that. As a coach, if you're Coach Kennedy, you like to see that in your players. Regardless of the scoreboard, just keep battling, keep playing hard. That's signs of a good program. That's signs of a good coach, and that's signs of a rich tradition.
Some new players in there for Hobart as well, and I'm looking right on the line. The big man, Marcus Fernandez, he's a junior, 6'5", 320-pound defensive tackle. He is a plug for that offensive line of KV, and they run right into him, and Weaver picks up 3, maybe 4 on the carry. Brings up 3rd down. And we're at just over 9 minutes to play left in the game. So the Brickies, they're moving the ball here. 3rd and 4. Handoff again, Weaver. He stopped in the backfield. He does fall forward for maybe 1. That's it. And the Cougars will punt it away. So the Brickies will go to 4-3 on the year, 2-1 in conference. KV falls to 4-3, 1-2 in conference. We'll wait to find out on the Centier Bank post-game show that's coming up later. I know it's here somewhere. Let me get to it. Stay with Region Sports after the game as we'll send it back to the Centier Bank studio for the RSN crew. We'll be on hand to recap all of tonight's action from around the league. It was 7-7 last time we checked in with Lowell and Highland. And Lowell 1-1 in conference. Highland 2-1 in the conference. So big game for Lowell. Let's see if they can pull off the win at Highland as this ball goes all the way down to the 2-yard line. Under 7.5 to go. So looking forward, Josh, Highland next week for Hobart, and then at Munster. Now, what do you see for Hobart in those two games?
I mean, obviously they're both tough games, but on paper, those should be two winnable games. And kind of what happened, you kind of hope maybe Lowell takes care of business with Andrean. Kind of hope that happens the last game of the season, and maybe you get, there's a tie.
Yeah, anything's possible in the NCC as Hobart will just quarterback keep this up the middle. Got a new quarterback in there. It might be Aiden Leonard, the backup. I'm not sure. Wait and see if I can even see the numbers from here. I believe it is Aiden Leonard. He was in there at wide receiver. Now he's in at quarterback. Got a new running back in there. Trey Gibson is out. Ehrlich's out. Some new faces on the opposite side as well for KV. It's Leonard in shotgun, 2nd and 6. It's a handoff up the middle, diving forward toward the 10-yard line. Pickup of about 2 or 3 on the play.
I'm watching the Hobart coaches. They look like, the old third base coach giving signs, hands up, touching sliding their hands off. It looks like the old third base coach back from the Little League days.
Was that your dad who
no.
was your thing? One of those coaches, huh? 3rd and 3 from the 9-yard line. Leonard's going to keep this one on the fake, run it out right side, trying to get it to the corner. And I think he's going to go out right at the 10-yard line. Picked up nothing. And the Brickies will punt it away. 5 minutes to play in the game. Running clock, 45-2 is the score.
It was a beautiful night for football. The weather was perfect. The campus here at Kankakee Valley, this football field is nice. Turf, clean. It's a beautiful facility down here.
Some of the fans starting to leave as this one's a high kick near the 45, and Xander, fair catch made at the 45, right at it.
I want to see this quarterback throw a ball. Let's see a little play action, a little boot, and let him rip. Let it rip.
Andrew
Parker. Oh, looks like.
Don't forget, after the game, we'll name the Proud Union home play of the game. It's presented by IKORCC, the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Now under center. And Arroyo back in there under center. Hands it off to Weaver. Picks up about 7 or 8. We'll also name the blue-collar player of the game. Brought to you by the Boilermaker Local 374. Learn about the apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. And speaking of these awards, Josh, we're going to go right into them before at the end of the game. This is how we're going to do it.
A little front flip. That was a little cool finish to the run there.
So with 3 minutes to play, it's time to name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. The Crowell Company's proud to recognize the superheroes on the football field. Josh, I wonder who that could be.
Yeah, surprise, surprise. Trey Gibson, he had 4 rushing touchdown, 1 receiving, touchdown runs of, 76, 69 a yard touchdown run, 10 yard, 4 touchdowns rushing, one receiving. Just, absolutely superhero. Pretty impressive effort. Ran hard all night, made guys miss, broke tackles. Just an absolute superhero performance from Trey Gibson.
It's time to name the Proud Union home play of the game. It's presented by IKORCC. Learn more at IKORCC.com.
It's got to be the 76-yard touchdown run to start the game off. It looked like he was tackled in the backfield. Trey Gibson kind of shot to the outside, and then he was just absolutely off to the races. And that would be the play of the game.
It was a handoff down inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. KV trying to get a score here at the end of the game. 1:45 and counting left to go. They trail 45-2. It's time to name the blue-collar player of the game. It's brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. You can learn about the apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. Learn more while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374.
It's going to be KV's tailback, Marco Castro, the sophomore, 6'1", 185. Guy, he just battled all night. He's in this offense, he's asked to do a lot, running. He was taking hits all night, and he just battled in a true blue-collar effort for him tonight. So the blue-collar player of the game is Marco Castro.
Cougars get it down to the 1-yard line, trying to punch it in for the first time tonight. Arroyo under center. They hand it off. Weaver had a big hole left side. Touchdown, Cougars. KV offense gets on the board. And they make it 45-8. 30 seconds and counting to go in this one. So good to see Coach Kennedy's offense and company get some confidence going into the next game. Stay with the Region Sports after the game as we'll send it back to the Centier Bank studio. The RSN crew will be on hand to recap all of tonight's action from around the region. And the Cougars will go for 2 to end this one. 2 seconds, 1 second. They get it off, pitch it out. Weaver cuts back toward the middle, taken down at the 2-yard line, and that'll do it. The Brickies all over the Cougars in this one. 45-8 is the final score. Folks at Region Sports Network, our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Coordinating producer is Nathan Laird. Game day producer on hand is Nick Russ. Video, Bob Guerrero of New Concept Video. Special thanks to the athletic director, John Gray at KV here. Coaches Kirk Kennedy of KV, Craig Osika of Hobart. All you viewers, of course, thanks for tuning in once again on Facebook.com/Region Sports and RegionSports.com. Once again, the final 45-8 for Josh Huddleston. Mike Zajac saying so long. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.